Welcome to the UPLB Graduate School Hooting and Recognition Ceremonies. Here are some reminders to be followed during the program. Observe solemnity all throughout the hooting and recognition ceremonies. Turn off mobile phones or put them in silent mode during the ceremonies. Observe proper decorum and minimum public health standards and stay in your seats until the end of the program. Only authorized photographers are allowed to take photos near the stage. Marshals and volunteers are stationed around the gymnasium to attend to guests and graduates. Thank you. We shall now begin the hooting and recognition ceremonies with the processional. Let us welcome the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and University Marshal, Associate Professor Janet H. Malata Silva. Let us please welcome the Graduate School Secretary, Associate Professor Pamela A. Custodio. Next up, let's please welcome the Graduate School Dean and Faculty Marshal, Professor Jomar F. Ravahante, followed by the Assistant Professors, Associate Professors, Professors, and Professors Emeriti of the Graduate Faculty. Let us now please welcome the members at large, Professor Shirley B. Hamyas. Professor Analisa Henedina M. Ramirez. Let us now please welcome our beloved deans. Dean Elpidio M. Agbisit Jr., College of Agriculture and Food Science. Dean Maria Stella C. Terol, College of Development Communication. Dean Agham C. Cuevas, College of Rosana Marisi Amongo, College of Engineering and Agro-Industrial Technologies. Dean Marlo D. Mendoza, College of Forestry and Natural Resources. Dean Rowena D.T. Bacongis, College of Public Affairs and Development. Dean Maria Amelita C. Estacio, College of Veterinary Medicine. Dean Rico C. Ancol, School of Environmental Science and Management. Please help me welcome the Executive Committee Marshal and Dean of the College of Human Ecology, Dean Ricardo T. Sandalo. And now let us welcome the Vice Chancellors. Vice Chancellor Rolando T. Bello, Administration. Vice Chancellor Jean O. Loyola, Academic Affairs. Let us welcome the University Registrar, Assistant Professor Margarita Carmen S. Paterno, carrying the UPLB maize. Now let us welcome UP Los Baños Chancellor, Chancellor Jose V. Camacho Jr. Dear friends, let us please welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Michael D. Puruganan. Please rise.
To our esteemed guest speaker, New York University Professor Dr. Michael Puruganan, UPLB Graduate School Dean Jomar Abahante, the Graduate School executive members, faculty and staff, and members of the graduating class of 2023, good morning. Today, we will honor UPLB Masters and PhD students in the 2023 UPLB Graduate School Hooding and Recognition Ceremonies. Let me begin by offering my warmest congratulations to all of you for achieving the academic and professional milestone of completing your graduate degree. The accomplishment is no small feat and is made more significant by your completion of it, despite the global pandemic and other disruptions that have occurred these past few years. We hope that your stay as a student of UPLB was memorable and full of rich and rewarding experiences that help you grow professionally and personally. We hope that UPLB helped to widen your horizons and your perspectives as it exposed you to alternative viewpoints and help you exercise your critical thinking and mental flexibility. We remain honored and grateful that you chose UPLB as the university in which to pursue your graduate and postgraduate studies. And we hope that we lived up to, if not exceeded, your expectations. As holders of graduate and PhD degrees, you are now counted as part of the intellectual leaders and considered as experts of your chosen fields of studies. Such recognition and esteem comes with heavy responsibilities of using your skills and knowledge with purpose and for the good of others. UPLB pride itself of being a public service university, and we hope that we have instilled that value within you as well. As we practice our learnings in our professions, may we always remember that we are beholden to the people of our nations to pursue knowledge, not just for knowledge's sake, but to use that knowledge as a catalyst for transformation. As you don the hood today and join the ranks of UPLB alumni, we hope we can continue to collaborate in adding to the global community's efforts in building a sustainable, resilient, inclusive, and future-proof global society. Congratulations once more to the UPLB Graduate School Class of 2023. May you never tire in the pursuit of lifelong learning in service to the humanity. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay kayong lahat.
Good morning. Our guest speaker is a BS Chemistry graduate of UP Diliman, where he served as features editor of the student newspaper, The Philippine Collegian. Since 2011, he has written occasional essays for the Huffington Post, an American progressive news website, the Philippine Star, GMA News Online, and Rappler Philippines. He obtained an MA in chemistry from Columbia University. After obtaining his PhD in botany, minor in global policy from the University of Georgia, he was awarded an Alfred P. Sloan Foundation Molecular Evolution Fellowship at the University of California, San Diego. After that, he joined the faculty of North Carolina State University, where he was named the William Neal Reynolds Distinguished Professor of Genetics in 2005. He was also a Guggenheim Fellow from 2006 to 2007 and a Kavli Frontiers of Science Fellow in 2011. In 2006, he joined the faculty of New York University, where he is now a Silver Professor of Biology and where he also served as Dean of Science for 7 years. Since 2022, he has been serving as director at 19 Washington Square North, the home of New York University Abu Dhabi in New York. His scientific research focuses on the study of evolution with a specialization in plant evolutionary genomics. In 2013, he was elected to the Board of Trustees of the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation and served as the U.S. representative to the Council of Scientists of the Human Frontier Science Program and the Biological Sciences Advisory Committee for the U.S. National Science Foundation. He has been on the editorial boards of several journals, including Molecular Biology and Evolution, Trends in Plant Science, Annual Review of Ecology, and many, many more. He is also serving on the International Scientific Advisory Boards of the Center for Research in Agricultural Genomics in Barcelona, the Philippine Genome Center, the U.S. Composite Genome Project, the Norwegian Aqua Genome Project, and the Genome Canada Sunflower Project. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pride to introduce to you our distinguished guest speaker, Professor Michael Puruganan.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. You can tell I've been very busy. Chancellor Jose Camacho, Dean Joe Marabahante, Vice Chancellor Jean Loyola, the deans of the different schools at UPLB, graduates, friends, and family. Magandang umaga. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the UPLB Chancellor Jose Camacho and its university leadership team, and Professor Joe Marabahante, the Dean of the Graduate School, and his leadership team for the kind invitation to celebrate with all of you today. It is certainly a special day, one which we gather in this hooding and recognition ceremony for the master's and doctoral degree candidates of the Graduate School of UPLB, for you, the class of 2023. To the graduates, congratulations on your achievement. This new milestone in your life, in which you have, in today's jargon, leveled up in a big way, secure in your newly acquired skills and knowledge that you worked so hard to get here at UPLB. And while you bore the ultimate burden to get here through your hard work and perseverance, we also need to extend our thanks to the faculty, staff, and administration of this great university, UPLB, for providing the environment in which you as graduates thrived. And also, a big thanks to the loved ones of these graduates who have supported them through their journey in graduate education. Getting your master's or PhD degrees, this is a big deal. It may not be immediately obvious to all of you, but I do believe, and in a very real sense, I think, that the graduate school is at the heart of any modern university. Why do I say this? Well, to most people in the world, universities function to teach the next generation. But you all know that just as important a function of universities is to conduct research that will advance human knowledge and improve the lives of people. It is the graduate school that is entrusted with the training of students to conduct research and to contribute to the advancement of knowledge and the public good. In a real sense, is one of the core schools of any major university. To many of us who embrace knowledge and the love of learning, our graduate education is a cornerstone in our lives that helps propel us forward in our own professional and personal journeys. I myself remember well my own journey through graduate school. It was more than 40 years ago in the early 1980s when I realized that I had to go to graduate school. Now, 40 years ago, this skinny boy from Barrio San Antonio, and yes, I was skinny then, this skinny boy from Barrio San Antonio who grew up in a lower middle class family, whose father was just an ordinary government employee programs in the United States. I applied to places you may recognize, Ivy League schools like Harvard and Columbia, or major universities like Johns Hopkins and the University of California at San Diego. Here was how naive I was. I did not realize then how difficult it was to get into those programs. I think if I had known better, I probably would not have even applied, especially since, you must remember this, I had a GPA of only around 2.0, which I know is shocking. And I even failed biochemistry when I was an undergraduate. I certainly had no Latin honors for me. But I didn't know any better, so I applied to these great universities and was luckily accepted to some of them. But the lesson I learned is that sometimes being naive can help. For each of you, that naivete may have allowed you to try things you may not have otherwise tried, simply because nobody told you how difficult it was. It may even have led you here today with your new graduate degrees. So I hope we continue to have some level of naivete in our lives. Hand in hand with being naive is being a little bit fearless. I went to graduate school in 1985 with a one-way plane ticket and less than 5,000 pesos in my bank account. I went to New York City not knowing anyone, having no real place to stay, and not being able to depend on my family financially to support me should anything go wrong. I was on my own. As I have said several times to friends, what I did that time nearly 40 years ago was the kind of thing you do when you are young and foolish and do not know any better. It is being fearless because when you are young, you don't think of the obstacles. You just do it. Keep that spirit of fearlessness alive in your life. Look beyond the obstacles and move forward. My next advice is to be self-confident. Now, all of us suffer from imposter syndrome. To this day, I sometimes get the feeling that someone will figure out I'm not as good as other people think. I have come to know many extraordinary people in my life, great scientists and Nobel Prize winners, artists and writers and business people. And what I've found is that all of us, no matter how much we have done in life, you and me feel this way. I had an early test in self-confidence during my first day of orientation in graduate school. I remember my orientation day. My classmates and myself each stood up and introduced ourselves. And so we went around the room. They introduced them. My classmates introduced themselves. Here's Peter White from the University of Chicago, Rachel Lehaney from Harvard, Anna Pyle from Princeton. And I stood up wondering, what was I, this skinny boy from the University of the Philippines, doing in that room? I felt like I didn't belong there. Or did I? Over that first year, I realized that yes, we belong there. Me with that wonderful group of young scientists, you with an equally great group of professionals from around the world. Never forget that. You belong in that elite group. It taught me to have confidence in myself, and we should all have that confidence that indeed we do belong among the best and brightest in the world. Another lesson I learned, and my next piece of advice, is to follow your heart. I am a biologist with a PhD in plant biology. Now, not many people know this, but I actually am a failed chemist. I am what's called all but dissertation in chemistry. That is, all I need was to turn in a thesis to get a chemistry PhD from Columbia. But at the end of my first year at Columbia University, where I first went to graduate school, I started to realize my heart wasn't in chemistry. It was in biology, more specifically the growing area of plant molecular biology. And it was where my heart was because I felt that after I got home to the Philippines, being a plant molecular biologist was something that would be important in helping us in this country. But here I was already in a PhD program, so I said, maybe I'll just get my degree and then transition to plant biology after my PhD. In the end of my third year, I realized that I really did not like chemistry. I'm sorry for any of the chemistry faculty and students here. It's a great science, but it just wasn't for me. So instead of sticking it out for a few more years, I took the radical step of just leaving it all behind and starting from scratch by going to the plant biology program at the University of Georgia and starting a PhD